All right, guys, so welcome to another episode of Gym Vlog Era. Today's workout, we're going to be working legs, more quad focus. Today's conversation is going to be the unknown. I don't really know what we're going to talk about today. I think it's fun to leave things in the unknown and not try to put things in a box or try to control things. So let's figure out where today's conversation is going to go. So a lot of big changes are happening for me in the next week or two. I bought some real estate out in Las Vegas. I'm in real estate, so the market is going to be booming out there. It is booming out there. Definitely somewhere good to consider buying some property out there. So I do have my real estate license out there. So if someone's looking, I'm your guy. All right, so I sold my Corvette about 5 months ago. I figured, I'd stop investing in things that depreciate and, start collecting appreciating assets like watches and real estate. So I'm buying a house out there. I'm super excited because, well, it's different, it's new. I'm meeting new people. I get a chance to start over. I'm not really starting over, okay? Like I'm moving to Vegas, but I'm not starting over. I'm just kind of going to Vegas with the experiences, with the mindset, and with a game plan that I didn't have when I first moved to California. So I'm super excited to see how things align when I get there. Again, I'm like really big on leaving things open for the universe to decide, let God decide what's gonna happen for me. I show up with pure intentions, with a good heart, and with the willingness to grind and go after whatever it is that I want in life. All right, so for today's leg workout, we're actually gonna switch it up, okay? I'm gonna do something that a lot of people don't do. Jay Cutler does this. I am going to do my squats last, okay? I'm gonna save my compounds for the last because a lot of ego happens in that first compound lift. Like whenever it's chest day, the first compound lift is bench press or dumbbells or squats. People want to lift as heavy as they can go. Instead, I'm gonna trick my body and then I'm gonna hit the compound last. And then lastly, for the people who have been commenting, who have been sending me DMs, people who have been showing me love, inspiring me to keep making motivational content because my content inspired them, that inspires me, okay? I inspire you guys inspire me to keep going and keep chasing my dreams. And my dream is to inspire millions one day. And, I'm okay with however long it takes. But, the big focus right now is impacting and inspiring one life at a time. So one message a day definitely does it for me. We got 3 sets of down and backward lunges. We're gonna start low and we're gonna end low. We're gonna increase the weight by like 2.5 pounds every set. Remember, lunges will destroy you and will end the entire workout, especially because we're doing it in the beginning. So obviously we're focusing on not trying to tap out before the workout even begins. The thing that you like to do the least is the thing that you should work the most on because you're gonna neglect it. I'm gonna be honest, like one thing I neglect is calves because I've continuously told myself that my calves won't grow no matter how much I do them. So I just stopped doing them. I feel like it's a waste of time and I suck at it. But that's not what I should tell myself, and I definitely should focus more on calves. First step to getting better is acknowledging that you're lacking in something. Really focus on getting low, controlling your balance, and you can control a lunge by going slow with it. Like I always tell y'all, the heavier the weight, the less control you have of it, or the stronger you are, the more control you have of it. You're really just focusing on planting that foot, getting low, getting high. Just focusing on going low. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care for lunges too much. Not my favorite exercise, but I'll tell you, discipline isn't showing up to do chest because you love doing chest. Discipline is showing up and doing the thing you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. That's discipline. That's where character is made. Character isn't made in showing up to do your favorite exercise. Character is made in doing the thing that you least like to do, and doing it with that same effort, same intensity as you do your favorite muscle group. The lunges were pretty brutal, definitely got a lot of blood flow going in the quads. Now we're gonna do leg extensions and we're gonna go 3 sets of 12 through 15. Okay, it really depends on how far you wanna push yourself. Remember, we still have a lot more work to do. So again, we're just trying to get as much blood flow, perfect the form, and survive until we get to the major compound at the end of the workout. I am super excited for Vegas. It's different. living in California, living in Orange County, California, it's a different beast living here in Orange County, California. Like, well, living on the West Coast in general. Like, I'm from Georgia originally, so anyone who knows East Coast and West Coast knows there's a ton of culture on the East Coast, and I feel like the West Coast lacks that. But I think Vegas is going to be fun because I enjoy being anywhere where people are okay and feel comfortable embracing themselves and being as eccentric as they choose to be. Whereas, in the place that I'm in right now in Orange County, it's kind of like living in a box. Everyone's trying to look as normal as possible. No one's really trying to stick out. No one's really embracing themselves, I don't feel like. Whereas in LA, people are eccentric, they're open, they are who they are, and it feels like a judgment-free zone, so you feel like you're able to express yourself in however you feel. And I support places like that because it allows you to be as creative as you want to. You come across all different types of people. Sometimes they're weirdos, sometimes they're also cool as fuck, but at the end of the day, we're all pretty weird in our own way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo. So you got 2 more sets of this, and then we're gonna hit some leg press. We're gonna go pretty heavy on leg press, and then we're going to do some Bulgarian split squats. We're gonna do about 2 sets of that. Then we're at the beach round, which is gonna be obviously that compound lift where we're gonna be, trying to get as deep as possible, perfect the form, but also push past our limits. Here we go, we got that second set. I think I told you guys in the last video, in the military, they always said, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And you should do that in your fitness routine as well. You should not come here, do the same exact thing in the same exact order, no, you should not do that. You should be challenging your body. You should be confusing your body. You should get comfortable doing new things, because once you do the same thing over and over again, it gets dull, you stop growing, and you lose the excitement for it because you're not challenging yourself anymore. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like content. Like, if you don't change your rhythm up, you don't try new things, you get bored with it. All right? And then when things aren't working, well, you continue doing the thing that's not working and not yielding any results. Just tweaking things just a little bit. I mean, it doesn't mean not stay in your lane, it just means add a little bit to it. Like, we got the last set of leg extensions, then we're going to the leg press machine where we're gonna fuck ourselves up. And then from there, we're gonna do some Bulgarian split squats, only 2 sets. And then we're gonna be at that final round. I want you guys to do something for me. I want you guys to stop for a second and just think. Just imagine how far you've come in the past 4 years. Imagine if you were to put yourself in a new city, around new people, with everything that you've learned, everything that you've become, with a fresh start. Just imagine how much momentum you're gonna have. Imagine how fast things are gonna happen for you. And just imagine like the clarity and like the relief it's gonna feel to just have a clean slate almost. A clean slate in terms of your external factors, but internally you're the same person and you continue to develop. Like, bro, that's like the feeling that I have right now going to a new place. 9, 10, 11, 12. We did 15 this far. 13. Ain't no stopping now. 14, 15. And I don't know if any of you guys are car people, but I used to have a 2023 C8, super decked out. I'll actually post some photos, boom. And like, I love this car, bro. It was so fun. We made cinematic videos, but I decided to make a calculated decision, investment. So I sold the car and, buying a property, and bought a couple more investments. But I'm actually looking at getting a new car. So I was considering getting the Audi R8. My favorite car right now, definitely something I've had on my list for a while. And then there's a C63, an AMG C63, and it's cheaper, a lot more affordable, not as flashy, not that big step that I want to take, but it's like one of those things where it's like sometimes we have to discipline ourselves, sometimes we have to tell ourselves no. And like, yeah, I can handle the payment, like, yeah, but why? Am I doing it for me? Do I feel like I really deserve it or I really need it right now? No. So I'm gonna delay that gratification. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna get a C63. So let me know what you guys think about the C63. Super excited to get a Mercedes. Like, I feel like if I made the jump straight to an R8, there's no way I could go from an Audi R8 and a supercar back down to a C63. I mean, it's still a Benz and it's still, obviously whatever, but I can't do that. So I'm deciding, hey, just to take baby steps and get the C63, get the R8, get the Lambo, get the McLaren, and kind of just, enjoy the process. So sometimes we got to trick ourselves. Sometimes we got to tell ourselves no. So here we go with some leg press. We're going to go 3 sets of 20 right here. Go 3 sets of 20 within your means. Remember, we're not trying to burn out because we still have our major compound that we're going to hit at our end, which is going to be the squat. So go within your means. I'm going to stick with about 315. I feel like it's going to be, allow me to have a good range of motion, good control, but also. It's okay. Honestly, I'm gonna have a vulnerable moment with you guys. Like, I've moved 5 times in the past 5 years, not just because I love moving and I love meeting new people, which I do, but I've also done some self-reflecting and realized that it's some trauma that I'm dealing with. So, open up to you guys about me being a foster child growing up, going to different homes, 15, 20 different homes by the time I was 10. And I moved around a lot. So in a lot of different homes, home. Had a lot of relationship issues, attachment issues. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why I move around as much as I do today. And I've learned to make peace with it, learn to use it for my good. Like right now I'm buying a property, then I'm gonna rent the property out, buy another property, rent the property out, But I understand someday I'm gonna have to come to peace with it, have a conversation with someone about it, and definitely make amends with the trauma that I haven't healed from. So I set you guys up high because I wanted you guys to see the depth of how deep I'm going with this leg press, and I also wanted you to see how much control I have of it. I feel like it's gonna give you a good angle. I guess we'll figure out once I edit the video. 1, 2, see how deep I'm going and also how controlled I am with it. Like, I'm not just there's no point in that. You're using all momentum. There's no time under tension. Here you want to focus on going slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3. And if you can't go as slow as controlled as you want, then you need to lighten the weight. Like I always tell y'all, the heavier the weight, the less the control you have of it, or the stronger you are, the more control you have of it. You choose. 18, 19, 20. So we're fixing to start our Bulgarian split squats. We're gonna go 3 sets of 10 per leg. We're gonna go up a little bit here. Again, we're not gonna kill ourselves. We're almost a little fatigued with the tempo that we've been pushing thus far. And then right after this, we're gonna get started on that compound movement, those heavy squats, okay? Again, really focusing on depth, really focusing on our form. No ego here, okay? So if you see me squatting 25 pounds, don't laugh at me. A book that's helped evolve the way I look at life and the way I manifest things is a book by James Clear. It's called Power of the Subconscious Mind. And I've read it 2 or 3 times, and it really changes your perspective on what is possible. I mean, you really have the ability to create what happens as long as you convince and remind yourself of that. And going to Vegas, I almost have this playbook mapped out of how things are going to go. I mean, I'm where I am in life because of my manifestations and my ability to believe in myself and refuse to take no as an answer. So going to Vegas and, just checking off all these boxes as I climb this ladder of success, I'm really looking forward to it because I don't watch TV. Like, I don't need movies for entertainment. I create my own movies with my thoughts, and as crazy it might sound, this shit actually comes true. Like, it's only a matter of time before my YouTube blows up out of the water because things are intentional and I do things out of my love for it. I don't need any materialistic items. I don't need validation from anyone. And, I thank God for the experiences that I've been through to where now I don't need validation. I don't seek validation from anyone. I've got family, cousins, and friends who come from where I'm from, and I can see where they are right now. And looking at my life and the things that I've accomplished is a testimony that, you know, God has favor on my life, and He's not done with me yet. You know, I've got so much to accomplish. The only validation I need is to look back at how far I've come and where I could be and how much farther I have to go. That's the only validation I need. I pat myself on the back like, man, you're doing it, Rock. You're doing it. So with doing these Bulgarian split squats, you really want to focus on having a solid base, okay? You don't want your ankles turning this way and that way. Breaks the form. You can mess your ankles up. You really want to focus on having weight that you can control and weights that you can actually complete the set with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Ooh. Speaking of weight that you can't control, I might need to drop the weight on these next 2 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey man, whatever you do, bro, treat people with respect, okay? Treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people the way you would treat your little brother, your sister. Like, treat people, like, do right by people. Like, you never know where that person is going to be in the future. You never know how much success they're going to amount to. You never know if they'll be able to save your life. Like, you just never know, okay? Karma's a real thing. Like, things do come back full 360. I mean, it's the law of the universe. What you put out, you get back from it. Remember, there's a time in my life where I didn't have, you know, the finances that I have now. There's a time in my life where I wasn't as strong and my physique didn't look the way it looks now. Like, I would look up to people and people would shun me off. I'd ask people out to dinners and people would just gaff me off. And, you know, I took that personal. You know, like, I use that as fuel. I still do tell myself one day people are gonna look at me and say, hey, I used to know him. Hey, I went to school with him. Hey, we used to go to the same gym. Hey, I treated that guy like shit. Now he's doing fucking phenomenal. And that's just a little bit of the weight that I carry on my shoulders that keep me driven every single day and allow me to be as focused on my dreams as I am. I took that shit personal, bro. Just wait. Just wait. I call that ego. And the best quote that I have for that is, the best revenge is success. Just keep shining on them. You don't have to talk to your haters. You don't have to entertain them. You don't have to keep them around. You don't even have to cut them off. Don't block them. Don't unfollow them. Allow them to keep eavesdropping. Allow them to keep seeing the success that you're doing. Because it's only a matter of time before you get there. It's only a matter of time before you get there. All right, so I'm gonna go barefooted on these squats just because I had a motorcycle accident about 3 months ago. And last thing I wanna do is tweak my ankle while I'm doing these squats for you. I'm focused on good form, getting as deep as possible, but controlling the weight. We're not throwing 5 plates on it. We're gonna go 3 sets of 8 reps. And we're gonna do a burnout with 135. Hope you guys like the sleeve. If you don't, I really don't care. Something I've always wanted was a sleeve, and honestly, it's a big insecurity of mine. The reason why I got this sleeve was because my left arm is bigger than my right arm. And to even it out, tattoos kind of compensated for the lack of size. 3, 4, 5. You see how I'm getting underneath the weight? 6, 7. Again, it wasn't insanely heavy, but it was really just about getting as deep as possible, activating the quads, and it all starts from the ground up. So your foot placement is probably one of the most important things when it comes to your squats. It determines your range of motion, how much leg you use, how much glutes you use, and how much back you use. If my camera dies before I finish the set, I just want to say this. I really appreciate the support. It goes a long way with me. It inspires me. Me making content is like therapy for me. You know, me inspiring people. Like my buddy asked me the other day, he's like, hey, what's your vice, man? I'm like, my vice? What do you mean? He's like, is it women? Is it clubbing? Is it drinking? Is it alcohol? I was like, man, I don't really know. I was like, man, maybe it's the gym. He's like, no, it's not the gym, because that's like part of your life. Which like that's like you brushing your teeth in the morning. You have to do that. I was like, man, you know what, man? My vice is making content. My vice is inspiring people. That's my vice. You know, I get a kick out of being at an event or being somewhere or being in the gym, and someone who follows me on social media comes up to me and says, hey man,
Your content's super inspiring. This one video, like I had a guy named Deshaun, he comes up to me, he's like, hey bro, I saw this video that you posted about a year or 2 years ago and it really inspired me. And the video was about surrounding yourself with people who are winning, so that way when you share your wins, it doesn't feel like you're bragging. And when he said it, I was like, man, you know, shit like that makes it all worth it, you know, why I do what I do, because I wish I had someone like me, you know, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. But all right, here goes the second set. I got a little distracted, but if you like the content, I really appreciate, you know, any comments, any likes, any shares that I get. It really means a lot, you know, to know that I'm able to help someone else find clarity. And if you found some clarity in one of these videos, I'm being open and vulnerable with you guys. Feel free to be open and vulnerable back. You know, this is an open community here. No judgment. You know, we're just here to uplift each other because, you know, we're just trying to find ourselves and be the best version of ourselves.